Ladies, gentlemen, lifeguards and litigators, Hasselhoff heads and Pamela purists, welcome back to the Baywatching Podcast, the only show brave enough to ask the hard-hitting questions, to give a real expose. We ask questions like, can lifeguards solve every crime in Malibu? Like, why does Mitch wear jeans on the beach? Was this you, ChatGPT? Did you write this crap? Or is this Albot, huh? I asked for a simple opening monologue for my new expose series, and you give me this garbage. Come on. I mean, it's so sanitized and generic and artificial almost. If you're gonna replace Drew in his role on the better Baywatching movie that I'm making, then you gotta do a lot harder than this, okay? This is not cutting it, all right? You know, all I wanted was a monologue where I can endear myself to the audience and introduce to everybody the new series where we solve the real question that we know is on every baby's mind. And that's, where the hell is Drew? We're gonna find out. Stay tuned. Here we are, babies, at Drew's old Wallace home in the alley. And as you can see, there's no Drew. Now I know this is private property, and I know the owners over here have been trying to get Drew off their premises for some time, and I know that they had sanitation come and clean all of this crap away. But this is a little suspicious here. I mean, look at how clean it is. Drew would never leave something this clean unless he was trying to hide something. We'll get to the bottom of this, babies.
5-year-old and an 8-year-old.
As you know, babies, Drew holds the unfounded and undocumented belief that keeping dry all the time will somehow starve off death and other health consequences. That's why I'm here, searching the driest places on earth to find Drew.
Mama bear's coming out. The claws and all.
No Drew, the coward. I'm here at the Sierra Desert, babies. It's one of the driest places on earth. It's all beach and no ocean. And no Drew. That scoundrel! Which way back?
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours. No money, we can't land for another 2 hours. Always close down everything this side of the mountains. We've got to get through to Chicago.
You see, babies, I'm here watching the movie Airplane with Leslie Nielsen. And this performance with Nielsen transitioned him to be one of the best-known deadpan or dry comedians. That's why I thought I might find Drew, but alas, he's not in this film. Drew's a fucking failure.
This is Captain Over speaking. Been a little bumpy up here, but we'll be past in a few minutes.
Now look. Look, babies. The last thing I wanted to do was to start this new version of the podcast, this expose series off with a Drew conspiracy theory. All right, that's the last thing I wanted to do. I wanted it to be an expose on Baywatch Season 3, Episode 18, where we saw a lot of very interesting, cool things happen. Like, Mitch met a famous Italian actress who was in town for a movie. Hey, that's kind of like our show. We're making a movie. It's funny how sometimes the Baywatch show is like connected to our show, and our show is also has Baywatch in the title. Pretty funny and weird. Anyways, this week's episode, we saw that actress, she was being followed by two scoundrels who were following her because of money. They wanted her money or her sex or something. Like, it was like one of those. Anyways, that Guido character that like nobody likes, he was like trying to get with CJ, and CJ was like, nah, I'm not having that, Guido. Which reminds me, if there's any Guido character in our movie, it would be Drew. Drew's the evil, annoying Guido, not the Mitch that everyone loves like he so pathetically tries to pretend he is. I'm the Mitch, we all know that. Now, back to this week's episode where we find out where the hell did Drew go. He's been missing for months or days. I don't know because I'm not that good at time, but he's definitely gone because there's been no calls, no texts, no voicemails, no messages, no sarcastic comments from him about how I was stupid for joining up for those online investigate like Columbo courses. And I shouldn't have bought some from him too. He hasn't logged on to the courses either, so we know he's missing. Now, what we're going to do on this week's episode is we're going to show you behind the scenes of the Better Baywatch movie that I'm making. We're going to show you our actors. We're going to show you potential directors. All while we expose Drew for the evil son of a bitch he is, and explain exactly why he is the most likely reason that we don't have any money and won't be able to pay our actors or produce this movie. That's all tonight on this week's episode of Baywatching Podcast Exposé. Now, just a quick word from one of our trusty sponsors.
16 taps of ribs, fingered by Columbo Bill. Juicy rib sauce with unique meats. From a rib wagon inspired by Baywatch and a passion for meat.
16 types of ribs, 16 types of ribs. Better get your bib, we got Bill's 16 ribs. We hope that you'll stay hungry till you die, Baywatch.
Oh, sorry, babies. Whew. You caught me while I was working on something very important. But don't worry, it's okay. I've wanted to introduce this new segment now, where I introduce you to what I'm doing with my pro bono legal work. So welcome to the new Baywatching Podcast Actors Caucus. Here, we're jumping into civil rights territory, where we make sure that our most vulnerable and underrepresented actors, who are in clawful working conditions, get worked into a more formidable position as they climb their way up the cat tree of Hollywood. That's right, people. I'm talking about freedom and equal representation for our cat actors, our cactors. Of course, that's something that I'm going to be focusing on after we're finished with our movie, which is featuring all cactors. We'll be working on getting them really good pay, equal representation in unions, all after this movie is made, using their labor. Gotta get back to that. Meow. Meow, meow. Meow. Meow, meow. Meow. Meow, meow. That was one of my insides at the Cactus Guild. He's telling me that they don't know if a human can properly represent them. All right, babies. Now, as you know, I've lost the rib wagon, and it was getting, I just didn't know what to do. So how was I gonna do my rib pop-up without the rib wagon to wag my grills around? But thankful to the people here at Home Depot, the nice people, they've let me use their premium grills. So we're just gonna grill up some ribs right here. This is gonna be the best, most revolutionary pop-up we've had yet. So revolutionary, we'll be making so many ribs and grilling up and cooking them and selling them to all the customers here at Home Depot. We'll make enough money to fund the movie, guys. Babies, there's a black van that's coming up fast with some men with guns and masks and military guard on it.
Get over here! Get in the van!
Oh no, they're coming after me!
Get in the van! Are you American? Are you American?
I swear!
Get in the van!
I swear! I'm a virus
Hands behind your back!
No!
Hands behind your back and in the
let
van!
go!
Are you American?
No, I swear I'm American! Well, babies, I just narrowly escaped. They were about ready to send my ass on the next boat back to Belfast. Huh. That's why I'm over here at the terminal here at berth 95. I mean, I guess they had a quota or something to fill, but luckily for you all, my law skills came in and saved me from deportation. And the boat was also over full, they said, so they let me go. But, hey, babies, look! It looks like it's Drew. That looks like Drew over there. What is he doing? It looks like he's going to the Catalina terminal for the Catalina cruise ship. But he doesn't have any money for a cruise. I mean, he can't be actually going vacation scouting, could he? And so you see, babies, there's no way I can hold up all of the city's cactors when I don't have any money. I mean, I don't even have money for nip for them. I tried to get them to eat this old pizza I found behind the dumpster, but they just weren't having it. I mean, you've seen how I've been working so hard trying to make the better Baywatch movie, but I can't do it if I don't have any money. And when I try to earn money myself by selling my cold ribs outside of Home Depot, the federal government tries to deport me to a country I've never been to. But it's not me who's the problem here. This man is the common thread in all of our woes, babies. How does he have money to travel? He doesn't have a job. He doesn't even have a home. He's in all this debt because of his stupid Harry Hosono pills nonsense. I mean, this just doesn't make any sense unless we take a look at the evidence. Now, first off, number one, I received an email, completely unsolicited, sounding too good to be true, using lots of emotional language and urgency tones, promising a huge reward for a small upfront cost, using vague authority, claiming to be royal blood, with his email containing poor grammar and spelling from suspicious email address, with request for personal information of mine, like my bank account, my social security number, all kinds of other personal details. And, every time there were always more fees I had to pay for or small setbacks. I mean, by now we should be rolling in the Prince Buchanan money. But we're not. All while Drew goes on vacation. The only answer here, the only logical thing a logical person could logic out would be that Drew stole all of our fucking money, baby, and we gotta get it back. I'm exposing you, Drew. Drew. We're coming for you, Drew, in an expose with Columbo Bill of Baywatching Podcast and the Babies. And I'll probably pack some ribs, because I don't know where you are and I might get hungry, and maybe I could sell some ribs for some money to pay off your stupid debt. You fucking thief. You thief. Hello everyone, it's Bill, your favorite host of the Baywatching Podcast, and I've got an exciting announcement for you. I am here to announce the new Baywatching Podcast Debt Relief Company. Now, you might have said, Bill, there are thousands of debt relief companies. I see commercials all the time of people saying that they'll help me out of debt. But you know what? There's one fatal flaw with all of those business models. They want you to send them money so that they can help get you out of debt. But that doesn't make any sense. How are you gonna get money to send them to get you out of debt when you don't have any money in the first place? That's why you're in debt. That's why here at the Baywatching Podcast Debt Relief Company, we've reinvented the whole way the industry's done. We don't get you out of debt. You send us money and we will get ourselves out of debt. Should wear suit. Well, garage band.
Not as surprised as I was.
Well, babies, that's our show for this week. I think it's clear, now more than ever, we need the rookie school stepping up. You need to supercharge your tithing. And that's easy to do. All you need is one envelope, one stamp, and $3, and you can put that in a letter that you send to me. Actually, forget the letter. $3 is really all you need to send to me at 5020 Obama Boulevard in Crenshaw. Send that off and you'll be an official member of the Rookie School, and you can keep us going and making the best, better ever movie in the world. And on that note, we've got an exciting thing to announce, because we've got ChatGPT and Owlbot. They're down there in Hollywood working tirelessly, going up to all the brightestest and the bestest directors to be our director. Because no more director Trump. We need a director, maybe you.
So what would you think of directing the new better Baywatch movie? No. Now it's my fun you to direct the better Baywatch movie that we're making right now.
CJ is beautiful up here. You gotta love it, huh?
I know it's beautiful, but I miss the beach. You should come back to Baywatch.